Hey, come on in. Admission is free. Grab a bowl of popcorn, extra butter, of course, and find a seat smack dab in the middle. It's time for Finding Christ in Cinema, episode number 1. I'm Michael.
And I'm Brendan.
Join us, and together we'll dig deeper into the silver screen classics of yesteryear as well as the box office hits of today. We'll take a closer look at the stories they tell and see if we find the face of Jesus looking back. And we're going to explore the deeper meanings of these films, their plots and their twists, the characters and their choices, and how we can relate them to the gospel of salvation and ultimately our Christian walk. You are tuned into Finding Christ in Cinema on GCT Network.
This is your Great Commission transmission.
I want to look at the character of Thorin Oakenshield. He's basically what's driving the plot. It's his desire to return to the mountain that's been taken over by Smaug. And he's just got some traits that I want to look at. He's very apathetic, and he's very callous, and maybe sometimes for his own good. I'm going to quote what I can from memory. I will not risk the quest.
Oh, do you mean this?
I will not risk this quest for the life of one burglar.
His name is Bilbo.
That exactly. But actually, just before I get to that point, I'm going to make one other point. I will not risk the quest for the life of one dwarf. Now, he says that upon leaving his fatally ill nephew in Lake Town. And who was the nephew? Who was that? Keely or Billy?
There's Keely and Feely.
Feely. Which one was fatally ill?
Keely.
Keely, he was attacked by...
Feely.
Who was it?
They're the GQ dwarves.
Oh, yeah, the ones that are very tall for dwarves.
Yes.
The good-looking ones. Back to the clip you just played. I will not risk the quest for the life of one burglar. Who is it that offers to go in and help him? Which I can't remember his name.
Balin.
Balin. What gets Thorin to go inside and actually seek out to help Bilbo defeat Smaug? The fact that Balin identifies Bilbo by name, giving Bilbo a sense of familiarity, a sense of oneness with the dwarves. Even though he's not a dwarf himself, he is still part of that quest. He's a part of that mission team, if you will. The key word for Thorin right now is tunnel vision. He is too apathetic and too callous for his own good. Now, my question, and hopefully how this wraps into the spirituality, do we as Christians become so wrapped up in our own fulfillment of the Great Commission that we become too callous and too apathetic to other people and forget that our mission is other people? You see, Thorin isn't where I see Christ, but I see the need for him. And I'll be interested in seeing his progress.
Well, you don't remember the book very much, so you are going to be very interested in seeing his progress at the end. And so am I, as the way that Peter Jackson is presenting this Tolkien much-beloved classic. You are tuned in to the GCT Network.
This is your Great Commission transmission.
At GCTNetwork.com.
Great Commission transmission. This is your Great Commission transmission.
It's time for Finding Christ in Cinema, episode number 1. I'm Michael.
And I'm Brendan.
Join us, and together we'll dig deeper into